Good morning. It's a cold 48 degrees outside, rainy day in Connecticut. I'm Leland Jamieson, and this is Change-Paced Poetry number 30. Welcome. This morning I'm going to read 3 poems from 21st Century Bread. One is at a 4-H club, another is at a funeral, and the third is fishing. So, without further comment, other than I'm still got a little laryngitis, so I'll ask you to bear with me. My voice is not its normal self. So, this is called In the Crowd at the Big H. I spy them each in boots and jeans, calico shirts and cowboy hats, just barely out of their own teens, waving off horseflies and the gnats. Among these thousands just like them, 4-H'ers come to show or see blue ribbon livestock, each a gem. What draws my eye? Not his goatee. They amble, his hand on her nape. Not a caress. What then, a check? He steer her, lest she bolt, escape? One clasps a bottle by the neck, a woman friend by hand or waist. Or is she livestock he has aced? This next poem is set in DeLand, Florida. It's in memory of my mother. It was her memorial service, in fact. Homing. We stepped inside St. Barnabas Church, through its back foyer to the nave. I walked, it seemed, by halt and lurch, on legs with buckling knees, not brave. Our mother's ashes boxed, I gave a red and white-robed acolyte, who swept them up into the right. Free of her Parkinson's at last. 2 decades it had robbed her rest, and roped her to the foundering mast of meds that made her so depressed. The incense spiraled up, a Bogest, to her persisting spirit, svelte, homing at last, as we, caged, knelt. Home to the flow where all belong. But first, these ashes in their box of marbled cardboard must prolong our public pain of loss. To box cantatas, clerics in their frocks, to scattered townsfolk, few who knew her in this cage, who say adieu. And now we go from the elderly to the young. Well, to the elderly and the young. This recalls a fishing trip for my grandson when he was 5, and it's called The Hook. Papa, how can they breathe beneath the dirt? Night crawlers churned inside my pail of bait. Good question, Bill. Don't know. They look alert. Alert? Lively. Let's not leave too late to look up can they breathe? Papa, you hate these worms? No. How can I not feel like jelly, not feel the hook slice through my own soft belly? How, when a fish bites down on worm and hook, can I not feel a piercing barb snag me? It drags me cheek and jaw up from my brook. I flip-flop in my net, then on my knee. I thirst and drowned in air I cannot flee. It's fun to be with you, work line and reel with you. Can, maybe, you help me not feel? Those are the poems for this morning. And before we go, let me thank you for coming this far and invite you to go maybe just a little farther. Check in on my website, jamiesonpoetry.com. You'll find there, if you're interested in exploring writing in rhyming verse, a new tutorial called Writing Short Rhyming Poems with Metaphors. Plus, it's often difficult to catch every word in a video, but if you go to this site, you'll see the full texts of all the poems read on Change Pace Poetry. So I invite you to check it out, enjoy yourselves, and once again, thank you for joining me on this rainy morning. Bye.